Evening.
Give the clerk your name again.
Sure. Richard Taft, 302 Wills Avenue. If I may, before I start, can I hand you this presentation? These papers save you from having to squint at what I have. I'm here to talk to you about the Optimum service, or lack thereof, that's being given in this town. As you know, Optimum is franchised with the town as the exclusive provider of cable services. I know you hear all the time, and maybe yourself you've complained, wow, the cable is terrible. I work for Dell. I specifically work in the area of data communications. So what I did is I took it upon myself to develop a system in my house so that not only could I say the service is bad, I could show how bad the service is. So what you're looking at the first page is the results of that. The two graphs at the top left that look like speedometers, they show the average download speed and upload speed at that given moment. The graph towards the right of that shows the response time to get that speed. The graph immediately below it, and I'll expand on that more, shows the average upload and download speeds taken every 15 minutes throughout a 24-hour period. The graph to the right of that shows dropouts, which is basically websites that I've picked that become unresponsive. The ones I picked are GitHub, which is a software site, Google, Microsoft Teams, which is a collaboration site, Zoom, which is another collaboration site that you're familiar with, and the last one is the government weather site that I upload data to because I have a weather station in my home. The black boxes show that those sites were unavailable for that 30-minute period at that particular time. The graph across the bottom is showing response times of those same sites. The industry standard is a millisecond or less to the initial request for information. And as you can see, there's a lot of that's 5 or more milliseconds. For the collaboration sites, anything over 2 milliseconds response time will result in garbled communication, and you're showing that your internet's connection is unreliable, which for someone that works from home can be very distressing, especially if it's happening constantly through a meeting. The graph on the next page is a blow up of that response time. The speed, upload and download speeds. As you can see, some of those lines go all the way to 0, meaning that upload and download was impossible at that particular moment. And that happens anytime during the day or night. It's not during the day when it's being used more, it's happening 24 hours a day. The next page shows what the speeds were like back when in the September timeframe of last year. This is when I only had 100 megabit service into my house. I recently upgraded to 300. And you can see that during that 1 week period, that even though I was paying for 100 megabytes, I was only getting 92. And there were periods of time where the internet was unavailable for 10 minutes, 20 minutes at a time. And the last page is kind of interesting, where it shows that even though the download speeds were high, the upload speeds went down to almost nothing. All of this points to Optimum's infrastructure. All right, it's not the cabling in my house, it's not the wiring from the poles, it's their infrastructure, which they will you'll call them up saying, I'm having a problem. They say, well, your modem's fine. Yeah, my modem's fine. I make sure that it's fine. It's your system that's broken. They don't do anything. I've been complaining to them probably 2 times a week for the last 6 to 8 months. They finally convinced me to upgrade my service to 300 megabits. I'm paying close to $400 a month for video, internet, and voice. And this service is abysmal. I need someone that has wielded some power to these people to say, listen, this is not acceptable. You cannot keep treating your customers like this. All right? They need, and I'd really like to know what the town can do to go to them and say, fix this.
5 minutes.
Yep, thank you.
Thank you.
I will be available if anyone has any specific questions. Thank you for your time.
Optimum. It is a franchise. Actually, I testified before the BPU 2 years ago with similar issue. It's really a regulatory issue that you're talking about, and that the solution is in the regulatory commission, the BPU. Franchises are a legal contract. You can't, unless someone commits felony, the franchise is a legal contract. Am I correct, Counselor? And so I will call whoever I know at Optimum and tell them they're treating their customers poorly. Don't stop calling. Be a pain in the neck. Don't stop calling. I will call, go online and get the contact for the BPU. Contact them as a citizen. Sometimes they don't take the crazy mayor's comments as seriously as the citizens do. So we all have to have that say. Everybody has to say. Don't depend on someone saying it for you, because you can frame your situation better than I can. I can tell them that I'm very unhappy with the way this franchise is being managed in reference to service and reliability to the citizens and the customers. But when the customer calls and says, hey, all of a sudden I got my bill and this year they raised me $30 and that didn't change anything, but my service is poor. It goes up, it goes down, it goes on, it goes off. And so I'll do that too, but I'm going to ask you, keep doing it. Keep doing it. But you can get the number for the BPU. I don't have it on the top of my head, but go on Google and say New Jersey BPU Public Utilities. They regulate the franchises such as that. And they were probably one of the only ones interested in our town when they signed up. It's the same as the natural gas. I've begged natural gas to come here. They'll get here when they're ready. But I can tell you that, and I'm not going to advertise anything, but we have been really talking with Planet Network to bring their service into town. This is not a commercial, but I want to give the citizens an option. But if these services don't come into town, you don't have an option. I just got a voicemail today from Verizon saying that they now have fiber to our town. I don't know if that's true or not, but it was one of them calls I didn't answer. So every time I call Verizon, they say they don't have it, but I don't know what this call was. Maybe it's spam, maybe not. But I didn't answer it. But and next year, I believe it's next year, the franchise is up for Optimum, and that's the opportunity when we can change that legal language to say if A happens, then we could do B. So, and when we're talking about that contract, I'll invite public comment on that, by the way, so that, and hopefully we get another contractor in, but defranchising just doesn't work. It's just, there's no such a thing. I'm being as honest as I can with you. I will call Optimum and tell them I'm dissatisfied with how they're treating our citizens. And I'll call the BPU again and say, hey, look, can you look into this? But you need to do that too. Oh, my time is up.
Mike, can I just interject on this topic?
Sure.
Do you mind? I'm with you about Optimum. The problem is they corner the market here because of the topography of Hopatcong. There's not a whole lot of opportunity for other providers to come in. So I have called around as a council person representing you, and the fact that we're all getting ripped off. The internet's in and out. I don't need to repeat everything you guys said because you're right. But the problem is they corner the market. So I'm not here to be a commercial either, but what I did start doing, and Verizon, Fios, they can't get the fiber optics in here because of the topography. So that's a rumor. Verizon's not coming. Planet Network does want to move into Hopatcong. I also checked in a satellite because of the topography again. there's no line of sight for satellite internet. So the best bet to get a little bit of competition in here, which would drop the rates a little bit, is to go on to the Planet Network website. There's a 2-minute survey. I called them last month. They said that they needed to have at least 49% interest from Hopatcong. We're at 40% right now. So we just need more people to call or go online, which I found to be very easy to use, and do the survey saying that if Planet Network came into Hopatcong, you would subscribe to them. Because it has to be worth it for them to lay down the materials and bring everything in. But they need to see the interest from our residents. So if that helps at all, Optimum may wake up a little bit when they say, oh wow, there's competition in there now. Right now, we're shut in with them, with Optimum. So I would encourage you and tell your friends, let's see if we can get another provider in here, because sometimes another chicken in the hen house makes a big difference. You know what I'm saying? So Planet Network is our best bet right now.
If I may, Bill, Mike, Mayor, we've been for the last year looking at the infrastructure of the borough and the DPW and the OEM and making it what we call a campus. Optimum has been giving us bid, and today we got our first bid from Planet Network. So they're looking to come to Hopatcong. They were radio silent up to this point, and today we got the proposal from them to put fiber in the borough and light up the DPW shop, the OEM, and this building as a campus. So they're interested. They're looking at the borough. So I can't say it enough. Please go on that survey and indicate if you're interested in that.
I'll be doing it tonight.
You have to, and don't stop. And by the way, when you talk to these people, tell them that feel free to call me. So you're not making it up. Feel free to call me. Everybody in the world has my cell phone number. If you don't, you should. But it's okay. But there's certain things we can do, and there's certain things we can't do. And messing with a franchise, you can't. It's a legal contract. But we certainly let them know we're unhappy. And next time the franchise comes up, they're gonna better come prepared. And that's the most we can do is just keep after them. Don't stop. Because they try to run you out of time and money, and you can't let them do that. But we're working really hard with Planet. We are. If they can service our building, that means they're in town. So the rest should be a lighter lift, I hope. And that's how we can respond to that. So you're not alone in what you think. You know, I'll be working on something, and I do a lot of work interagencies and different parts of government. I'll be working in the little bar. The little star comes up on the bar. That means I'm out, and I got to wait maybe 10-15 minutes, and I call them up and reset the router, and I think they're just running me around. And if we wait an hour, then they'll come back up. I don't know. I don't know the technology for that, but it's just their infrastructure. Exactly what you said. So, but anyhow, point well taken. We'll work on this together, but we're going to work on our part. You work on your end, and hopefully together we can convince them that, you know, I want an option. I want an alternative for choice. I tried DirecTV, and they fooled around with some internet, and that didn't work too good. My networks is not a TV service now. So don't expect television service when they come in. Expect excellent fiber. So my plan, I have Hulu anyhow, so I get an internet service. I just want a Hulu and Netflix. I have everything I need. But it's not a television service as such. You have to take care of that, which is not that hard to do, I don't think. If I can do it, you can do it. I can't return my damn phone out. So I'm not going to count you.